Halacha Hey, we are in Sif Lamed Ches. Actually, no, we're Sif Lamed Tes. We just finished Sif Lamed Tes, we're Sif Mem. So, Valken Kona Maras Machpela Mefron, that's the reason why Rama Avinu bought the Maras Machpela from Ephron. Ephron Pchinas Offal. Ephron is the offal, and actually we went through this part before, but what we said that is that the Pchinas offer, there's offer b'kedusha and there's offer b'tuma. And offer b'kedusha is the thing that offers you the opportunity to grow, to sustain yourself in avodas Hashem when something is planted in a good soil. You know, it can weather anything, you know, whatever. It's like that, you know, to the point that even you know, a forest fire, you know, is nourishing the land, and afterwards the new forests are growing there. It's like a...
That's Offer
What?
That's Offer Shebedusha?
The Offer Shebedusha is an inert basis for anything, for growth. But in Tuma, it's the aspect of lethargy and listlessness and depression, and so that's the bite of the Nachash. So it starts with Ephron. Ephron is a shon offer, and the way to be machnia the offer is in Pchinas Emunah. In other words, you defeat the offer, the Sitra Acha, through the offer, the Kedusha, through the Pchinas Emunah. Pchinas Shchon Eretz Emunah. Pchinas Offer Mana Dechulu. Offer is the keli of everything. Everything is planted on offer. Everything is built on offer. That's the basis for everything. Shalde Emunah, through the Emunah, Pchinas Offer the Kedusha, by the use of Emunah, which is the offer the Kedusha, Makabim Shachin Kol HaChayes V'Kol HaKedushas. You come and you draw onto you all the Chayes, all the life forces, all the Kedushas. And this is how you attain the force of growth, force of growing ligdov, to grow and to climb and to in avodas Hashem, and to hop over, jump over all the obstacles and all the things that hold you back, and not to look at anything, not to pay attention to anything that holds you back. The emunah is the force that makes you grow. That's the reason why Avraham Avinu bought the Maras Machpelah, where it represents, you know, the double life, you know, double the pleasure, double the fun, double mitkam, right? Mm-hmm. So here we're talking about double the life, double the chiyus. This is the English of Maras Machpelah. This is for Zugas, Tefillah Shel Rosh, Tefillah Shel Yad. He says, Dafka, he bought it from Ephraim. Why? Ki Kalipa Kodmul Apri. The shell comes before the fruit. Which actually represents longevity. Actually, it's not just longevity, it's eternal life. This growth medium that enable eternal growth. All this is exactly the opposite of what Ephron was all about. Ephron is the side of death, which is the opposite of life. That's the filth, that's the contamination of the nachash. Atzvus, sadness, depression, listlessness, apathy. Okay, so, but it has to go, and you see that Ma'aseh Machpelah was in a bechina of offer before and after. First of all, it was by Ephron. It was B'chinas Afar, that he was B'chinas Ephron, and then it became Avram Avinu in Ma'aseh Machpelah. They're both an aspect of soil, of sand, of earth. This one B'tuma, this one B'kedusha. Since the klipa always comes before the pri, it had to be by Ephron before it came to Avram Avinu. That's why it was in exile by Ephron. Ephron is exactly the opposite. HaKadosh Baruch Hu has created a polarized world. So you have always any bechina shebekdusha is the same than opposite bechina shebetuma. Avram Rosh Lama'aminim, Avram that he's the head and of all the Ma'aminim. Zochar Tzia Kedusha Gavoa Azois Shu Ma'aseh Machpelah, he merited to sort of excavate and reveal this incredibly exalted Kedusha, which is Ma'aseh Machpelah from Ephraim. Because Avram Zochar Zikra the Kedusha, Avram Avinu has attained this magical status of old age Kedusha, which is really agelessness. It's an aging process that includes both old age and atonement youth at the same time. It is profundity, Viskenim Chochma, it's profundity of the Chochma, together with, forever young, the rebirth happens all the time by starting again. So Avram Avinu was Zoichet to Zikna Shebekdusha, to old age Shebekdusha, which is really agelessness. And that's long life. Avram Avram, is old, and he's coming in days. Avram was the first one, that understood, was able to attain, to grasp the holiness of Eretz Yisrael, which is, which is actually the embodiment of Emunah. Because otherwise, what's the difference between Eretz Yisrael and any other land? It's exactly the same thing. What's the thing that makes it so special? Of Emunah, that you believe in the godly nature of Eretz Yisrael. Okay, Nachlo Rishon Shezochu Eretz Yisrael, the first Nachlo that he was able to get in Eretz Yisrael, Oisel Ma'aseh Machpelah. It was Ma'aseh Machpelah. This epitomizes the of eternal longevity. This is the film that you're zocher through your emunah. That sort of epitomizes the main principle of Kedushat Yisrael. This, living forever and starting forever. This is, the thing around the film. What is Titorah? Shepirusho Lashon Geshem. It's the simple translation of the name Titorah is a bridge. And from the Titorah, you have that film in the center. Around it, you have those edges, which is the Titorah, the basis of the film. So the bottom themselves are narrower, but the Titorah is a little bit wider. Oh. And at the edge of the Titorah, you have the Ma'abarta, you have that tunnel where the Ritzuas go. Titera itself is Lashon Gesher, Lashon bridge, that basis of the tefillin. Misham Yitzeh Ma'abarta, and a part of the Titera is that tunnel of the Ma'abarta. That's what is actually on your body, what touches your body, the Titera. It's not the bottom, but the Titera touches your body. כמעט תפילין אין נוגעים באור הראש והיד, כמעט תתור במבט. From the tefillin themselves, the only thing that touches the skin is only the titira and the back part of the ma'abarta. The bottom themselves don't touch the skin, not of the head and not of the hand. כי זה העיקר מה שאנחנו צריכים לקבל מאור התפילין הקדושים. The main thing that comes to allude to the fact that the main thing that we need to get from the Tefillin HaKadoshim is to draw from them this aspect of Titura, of this bridge, the Gesher, and this bridge. לעבור עליהם, זה העולם בשולם, ולעבור כל המניעס והבלבולים, והזכרנו השם יזבורך באמס. The Titura means a bridge. This is as the song goes, it's a bridge over troubled water. The tefillin are a bridge over the troubled water of this world. That it enables you to go over, the Sod V'Shorosh HaAvodah is used to call him. I'm tracking me going. Made said about him that he was a chassid before there was chassidus in the world. It was before the Baal Shem Tov. The Sefer Yesod V'Shorosh HaAvodah. So the author, the thing, Rav Ziskin, I think was his name. So Rabbeinu said that he was a chassid before the chassidus was created. He was a chassid that preceded chassidus. And before he passed away, he was on his bed. I don't know if he put all his fingers up or one finger up, whatever it is that he did. And he said, Immer springen de Welt. I skipped this world. In other words, I was never in it. Baruch Hashem, I went through it, but I skipped over it. I never got entangled with it. It's just like I went over it. It's a bridge over troubled water. The thing is that he mishtabech ba'atzma. He praised himself. That Baruch Hashem, he jumped over this world. He didn't. So this is the end of the bechina, that you have to go through this world. You have to go through all these trials and tribulations and insanities and shigoinus mamash. One specific aspect of the craziness of this world is we seem, some of us at least, seem to need in order for this world to be real, to somehow to be gift wrapped, to be easy, to, like it says the Maaseh Rov Ben Yochid, that if things don't go well, then it's a simim in the Shemaim, that's not meant to be. We want it like straight. We want to play it safe. We want to play this world safe. This world throws, especially for somebody who puts his mind into Avodas Hashem. This world puts a mirror in front of you that is forever shimmering, is forever twisted, like in a crazy house in a, yeah, that's right, in an amusement park. Either you look much more beautiful than you really are, or you look much uglier than you really are. But you hardly ever see the way that you really are. And the thing is, this is the Yetzer Hara, because being that we don't know what we really are, we have no way of knowing. We don't know what Kodesh Baruch Hu wants from us. We don't know what, we don't know, we don't have a clue to any of it. There's something which is called, remember in the olden days, we used to call it the woman in nightclub syndrome. And what it means is that when you go with your Mishadechesta, you go to a place where the light is not so strong, she's always more beautiful. Why? Because you don't get all the details. You just get, some details, and the rest you fill up with your own imagination. The way you want it to look. And your imagination is an artist's chaval azman. There's nothing you compare to this. It's one of the reasons why, radio theater can be much more exciting than any movie. Because when you see it in the movies, you just see it with your own eyes, so it brings you down, it defines it. But when the only thing you do is just listen to it, it's like, so you fill up the picture, your imagination fills up the blanks in a way that, like somebody once says, when I was a very young kid, so the Israel youth football team, I'm talking about the 60s, played in Asia or whatever, under 21, whatever. And they won against everybody. They were like beating everybody. That was the golden age for whatever. And I remember listening to a match with India against India. That was like a strong team. And I remember it till today, because I saw it on the radio. I saw it on the radio. It's like, it's the play-by-play guy was great, a legendary guy. It's like he'd take like the most listless game possible would make it like so exciting. You could do that. The age of radio. That's from.
Yeah.
And it was terrific. It was fantastic. And so we made that. We don't see ourselves. So with whatever kernel of ischaskus and ikuda of a point of view that we come to the table, that's the way we see ourselves. Something goes right, something makes us feel good. So suddenly the smear is showing us as wow, beautiful and mutzlachdik, successful and But if there's a kernel of shame in the way that we looked at ourselves, so the whole picture, I'm finished, I was never any good, it's like, but what the real picture is, we don't know. We have no clue. And throughout it all, what we need to do, we need to concentrate on what does the Sechel admit in the situation? What do I need to do now? What does Kodesh Baruch Hu want me to do now? if I don't know, I call up a friend or a Rav, that is going the same route as me, and I ask, what do you think? Because I cannot, really rely on my own mind, because my mind is pretty sick. So, and whatever picture I see before me is twisted. It's not. So I ask for somebody else's perspective. I mean, I'm sure that their perspective is, chances that it's twisted about themselves as well. But when it comes to me, they're more partial. They're more, they don't have an extra grind, hopefully. So they'll tell me what the truth is. And the Rebbe says, the Ikar Miniyas is Miniyas Hamoach. The main obstacles are the obstacles of the mind. I can't go to Uman. I can't do this. I can't do that. I'm worthless. It all comes from the mind. So a person hooks up to the Seichel Amit and what it is that they need to do. B'Misiah, it's find out, use people whose mind is bigger than yours. In a sense, they don't have to be smarter than you. They all have to be somebody else. Basically, it's Avodas Hashem, and you'll get from them their nekuda. That process of never really trusting what you see, but at the same time looking for the Seichel Amiti and sticking to it, and ascertaining and doing the right thing, and doing the right thing, and doing the right thing. Uri Zohar once told me, every Nisan that I pass, I die a little. I have a Nisan. He says, what does it take for me to get over the Nisan, to trump it? I have to give myself. I have to, and something in me dies, certain spoiled brat inside me dies each and every time I'm doing that. So it's in a sense that you're killing a certain part of yourself and you're giving life to another part of yourself. So we learn Torah Aleph, Shazek comes in when this one gets up, this one goes down. That's the titur of the film. That's the bridge that helps you go over this world. The titur shel film. That titur of the film, the base of the film, Shubchinas Gesher, that's the bridge. Shemisham Yitzeh Ma'abarta, this is where the Ma'abarta, this tunnel, this passage for the Ritzus, Zipchinas Masha and Ma'aba Yaakov, this is an aspect of what is said about Yaakov Avinu, V'yavo et Ma'aba Yaboik, V'yavo es kol asher lo. And he passed through the passage of Yavok, V'yaver es asher lo, and he transferred that which belonged to him. Rashi says, Asa atzmo kagesher, he made himself onto a bridge. Zeh b'chinas ma'abarta v'titur shel tefil. This is the ma'abarta and the base of the tefil. Ki ma'avar yabok ze b'chinat ma'abarta kanal ba'ariches. And the ma'avar yabok is that particular ma'abarta, as we said before, at great length. A couple of pages ago, V'yaves asher loy, that he brought across that which belonged to him. She'atzmo asa otzmo kagesher, that he made himself into a bridge. Zepchinas titura shur gesher. That's the titura, which is a gesher. Ma'abar Yaakov is the Ma'abarto, and he passed that which is his, made himself a bridge. That's the titura. They're both. Yaakov b'chinas emes. Yaakov epitomizes the midah of emes. Moshe Kosov titan emes leYaakov. Shu b'chinas tefil. So you should give truth to Yaakov. This is the tefil, as Rabbeinu says in Simon Mem Zayin. Ki ikir atfilin l'madei b'chinas emuna. The tefil is through this union of emunah b'chinas emes. Why is the emes and emunah b'chinas one? So because the Zohar Kodesh says that what is emunah? Emunah is when you take tzedek, when you take justice, and you connect it to emes, the result is Emunah. Einstein said MC square, what is it called? Whatever, the light, whatever it is. Mass, light years, energy, that. E times CMC square, or whatever it was. M times CMC square is energy. The main formula of Emunah, writ large, is tzedek. When it connects to emes, equals Emunah. Justice plus emes equals Emunah. You can see that in all the justice systems in the world that are far from Emunah, there's no emes there. It's not about who's really guilty and who's really. It's about how can you manipulate the law system in your favor. That's what it's about. When a lawyer doesn't care if his guy is guilty or not.
He needs to win.
He needs to win. There's nothing to do with that. But justice in itself, the realization that you need justice can either be an aspect of, listen, we got a country to run, we need to have a law system, and it's one of the 13 laws of the children of Noah, right? You need to have a law system in place, because otherwise everybody's going to eat everybody out, right? So along that system, that which is somebody is guilty or not guilty, is not really have to do with the emes. It has to do whether, the prosecution and the defense, playing this match, and along, it's like a baseball game, it's like a basketball game, if you have better lawyers, worse lawyers, the better players, not better players, and you bring witnesses and you depositions and whatever. As Rabbeinu says in Meiser, Melech Ona, from a modest king, that a Chacham was sent by his king to bring the portrait of the Melech of another country. And the Melech of the other country called himself that he's an Onav. And he was totally hidden from his country. He lived behind a veil and didn't have anything to do with the country. And the Chacham came there and he said, give me a portrait of this Melech. How do you get to the Melech? So the Chacham came in there and he let somebody cheat him. Took him to court. And Rabbeinu says, and because there was no emes over there were many, many court levels and systems. There's the appellate court, there's this court, district court, this high court. The less emes there is, the more levels of courts there are. Emes is you go to a court, this is what the past can finish. What can, there's no. You go to the Torah. The Torah, the Chafetz Chaim says if you come to the Torah, and the Torah comes out against you, and it seems to you that it's totally wrong. Chafetz Chaim says, don't worry about it. It might very well be that maybe you owed them from previous Gilgal, and if you don't, Mishamayim, they'll give you what's yours. You'll get back. You don't know why you had to lose. There's this famous Maisa with the Magid. As about Shem Tov, the Zohar says, אלא משפוטם שתשים לפניהם. These are the rules, the laws that you should put before them. So the Zohar says, Daraza de Gilgula, that's the sword of reincarnations. So the Maggid came about him and says, what does it mean? How can it jive? So Hashem sent him somewhere. And he says, go to this place at this time and wait there and see what happens. So the Maggid went there. It was in the middle of nowhere. And he's sitting there. And there's a tree there, and comes a person. Maggid sees it from a distance. And there's a person that comes there. And he lies down to rest under the tree. A power nap. Gets up 30 minutes later, whatever it is, and he goes away. And the Maggid notices that he lost his pocket. They used to have these little bags for the wallets, for the coins. He lost it. It was left there. And he lost it, and he went away. Comes a second man. The poor guy looks at it, finds the bag, and looks at it, sees the coins. He's very happy. He goes away. Then comes a third person. And he's also a little tired. He's lying down, whatever it is. And the first guy's coming. You realize that he lost his wallet. And he tells the third guy, where's my wallet? He says, I don't know. He said, what did you do with it? I didn't do anything. And he beats him up. The first person beats the third person up. Where's my wallet? He's like, what's this? Goes back to Baal Shem Tov. Shem Tov said, I'll tell you what happened. In the previous Gilgul, 2 people came to a judge. And Reuven has bribed the judge that he should get the money from Shimon unjustly. And the judge passed him for Reuven. So Shimon had to pay him. And they passed away. And they came in this Gilgul. So the first person that lost the wallet is the Gilgul of Reuven, that got the money illicitly. The second poor person that got the money was Shimon, that money was taken for. The third guy that got beaten up by the first person is the judge. It says, Ela Mishpatim, these are the laws, these are the Shetasim Lifneim. This is the sword of Gilgul. You don't know how it's supposed to be. Based in, there's no, the only way that a based in can be mevatel and other based in is if it's greater from it, bechokma, begdula, whatever it is, but otherwise you can't, fool around and it's because justice is a double-edged sword. It's not just a keli to run a country. It is, but besides that, there's an element of musar, of a spiritual aspect of injustice. It's the right thing to do. Why? Because it's an emunadika thing to do, but it's an embryonic. You take justice and you connect it to emes. Now, the justice only has to do up the emes, not, with rules and with kind of things that you can play around with. The result is the emunah. When you behave with justice, it's al pi emes, the result is emunah. So we have tzaddik plus aleph equals emunah. Okay, and there's an E, whatever, C, M, C square equals E, whatever.
Tzedek and equals emunah.
Yeah, it brings about Emunah. This is what the Zohar says. That Ikar Tefillin is a Pchinas Emunah. That Emunah is constitutes from Emes. How does Emunah constitute from Emes? Tzedek, Chabras be'emes. Tzedek, when it connected to Emes, is Ovidas Emunah. The result is Emunah. קבוע במקום אחר, אז רבינו says in סימן זין. זה מה שהביא רבינו ז"ל, בתיאור של אריכות אפיים, דיבר רבותינו מה שאמרו על הפסוק ויקוד ארצה. רבינו said that when Moshe Rabbeinu, when he saw Kadosh Baruch Hu, he bowed down on his face. So Chazal said, ויקוד ארצה, what do you mean he bowed down? What did he see? That he fell down. He says, Erech Apayim Ra. He saw patience. This midah of Erech Apayim. Hashem Kel Rocham Echon and whatever. It says, what is the main thing that made him fall down on his face and bow? This is this Erech Apayim, this patience, this, this ability, equilibrium, or this stoicism that enables you to go through everything in this world without breaking, without is Erech Apayim. That's the thing. So, and somebody says, no, it's the meaning of emes that he saw, that like really bowled him over. And the Gemara says, actually they're both saying the same thing. Emes because emes and emunah are all one thing. Okay, finish now. Put them on and then